build a bench that's built to last. This one's easy, affordable, and requires zero maintenance. I'll show you step by step how to make it a reality for your yard. This video is brought to you by projects that I told myself I would get to later. The classic temporary outdoor bench. It works, I guess, but it's been temporary for a little too long. It's time for a serious upgrade. A proper outdoor bench that is nice to use and is built to last. So I've got an idea for this outdoor bench, and it might be a little different than what's typical. The plan is to have the top of the bench be composite deck boards, and to make 2 solid concrete bases for this bench. I really want these to have a little higher detail than just a plain concrete block, something with a bit more visual interest, and that's where the 3D printer comes in. I will 3D print custom marked pieces. This should really elevate the aesthetics beyond just a simple rectangular base. Going over materials for this project, I just used concrete, pressure treated wood, deck boards, joist tape, and fasteners. And for tools, just a drill, compound miter saw, speed square, tape measure. And some optional tools that I use are a table saw, 3D printer, and a heat gun. Alright, so I got my 3D arcs printed off. They have a little bit of ridges, and those will show up in the concrete. I've had that happen when I did my mountain peak fence post caps. So I'm going to just take a little bit of joint compound and fill in the ridges, sand it back, and then these should be ready for use. To help the forms last longer, I figured it'd be a good idea to use tape on the arcs, especially since I'll need to use these forms twice. With the arcs prepped and ready, next was to build the forms to cast a concrete base. I had some scrap melamine, which would work perfect for building forms. I taped the edges of the melamine to keep the boards from swelling when the concrete was touching the edges. I think I only need 3 bags for this, but cheap insurance. Now that these forms are all assembled and looking good, the next step will be to fill these bad boys with some concrete.
And with a little YouTube magic, boom, got 2 bases just like that. Except for a little housekeeping, I have to clean up the garage so I don't get in trouble. I wanted the bases to sit off of the paver patio to keep it from growing a mossy layer. Cutting out pucks from the deck boards and then screwing those to the bottom of the bases was an easy solution. Now that the bases are all finished, I need to build the frame for the bench itself. For this, I'll be using pressure-treated lumber to ensure it stands up to the outdoor elements. I'll be getting these pieces cut on my miter saw here, and then all screwed together, and we'll be ready to put the two together.
And 34 1/4.
One important detail here, I'm taping the frame around the base and on top of the joists themselves. This will be really helpful for the wood to last as long as possible, preventing moisture from getting into the trapped area and where the deck boards are connected to. For the fascia board, I'm going to make up some corner boards. I feel like it would kind of give it more of a finished look. So what I'll do is take the board, cut it down, and then carefully make 2 45-degree cuts into the center. Then, with a little heat, I can bend the board to create these custom corner parts. And this will give the bench a much cleaner and, I think, more professional finish. For a little help, I clamped the scrap wood to the back of the bench. This will also help to ensure the boards are parallel with the frame. The edge board of this composite decking has no grooves, so the hidden fasteners wouldn't work with them. But with help from a router, it was No problem at all. Even with using hidden fasteners, I had to face screw boards in a few spots. By center punching, then drilling with a 1/4-inch bit, and then screwing the boards down, followed by these handy plugs, the screws are hardly noticeable. I did find one issue where I didn't drill the hole too deep, but if you screw a screw into the plug, it will pull it out, and then take the screw out, re-drill the hole as deep as I should have in the first place, and then put it all back together. You can't even tell there was an issue there in the first place. And there you have it, our brand new custom outdoor bench with concrete bases and the 3D printed details. It's strong, I think it's stylish, and I think this is built to last for many, many years. From a wobbly temporary college style setup bench to this beautiful permanent addition to our backyard, I think it's a serious upgrade. Thanks for watching.